And we are recording the live stream, live chat. I was going to say as promised, but of course it's not promised. I promised it would be on Mondays at 2 p.m., and we're doing it on Tuesday at 4 p.m. or 16 p.m. So I can't really say as promised, but I'll say as promised. Who gives a shit? This is exactly what I was promised. Just start gaslighting y'all. I never promised it at 2 p.m. You're just making things up for attention. Um, This is the live stream, live chat. I don't think my any of my episodes get pushed to the front of Rumble anymore. Um, wait, it says it's not recorded. It says it's not. There we go. What the fuck? Live stream is ended. What the fuck? 2 p.m. and we're doing. Live stream is not ended. What the fuck's going on? I don't think it's. Did it say it's ended? No, it's recording. Yeah, I don't think my stuff gets pushed to the front of Rumble anymore, which is what the fuck? Why isn't it? Sorry, it's fucking up. It's saying it's not streaming, but I can see that it's streaming. I don't think my stuff gets to push to the front of Rumble anymore, which is kind of depressing. But um, they built me up and then let me down. I'll never understand how I can gain like 3,000 subscribers in a week, and then I'll fluctuate plus or minus 3 for 3 months. You know, this might be the schizo mind talking, but man, that kind of reeks of like YouTube fuckery. Am I gonna be that guy? Yeah. It is just always odd though. Like I get it when I had like 20 subscribers and it fluctuated between like 21 and 19. But it's weird when it's at 16,990 and it fluctuates by one or two. That seems odd. That kind of seems like a balancing act to keep it at that exact number. Like that would be a hard task to do intentionally. You know, am I just bitter because I don't have more subscribers? Probably. But I'm posting the live chat. I'm posting the link right now. Um, that just seems always kind of odd to me when it just sits at, you know, like BitChute, it goes up like one a week, but it's gone up one a week for like 4 years straight. So I kind of expect that. But it's always weird when we'll get like a couple thousand in no time on Rumble, and then it just kind of will stay static for like 90 days. That 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 I love Rumble, but I'm also not gonna be like a cuck for any platform. That just always reeks of fuckery to me. Just being completely honest, like that, like saying this like I would say it off air, like privately after a couple beers. That just reeks of fuckery to me. It always just seems odd. Um, but perhaps that is why my podcast will always be kind of a backwater show because I don't suck the balls of any platform, and maybe I should. Honestly, maybe I should. Still posting the live chats. Um, not the live chats. Still posting the live links. Um, but yeah, that's always like I said, always odd to me. All right. Well, the live chat's going. I'll pull it up on the screen so I'm not looking at my phone. But yeah. That that's always a bit odd to me. Always a bit odd to me how it can go from like Like the video game streams were getting like 100 people watching at any one time for like 2 weeks in a row. And then on a dime, it dropped to like 15 a night. That, and the people I know at Rumble say that they don't have any like algorithms there or anything. And I'm sure that they're telling, I don't think they have any reason to lie to me. And I think they're good people. I like everyone I've interfaced with. This isn't like a stab at any of them. Always seems a little odd though, just from my own spidey senses. Now, if I was a more shrewd businessman, I wouldn't say a word about this and I would understand where my bread is buttered and just go about life. But for the very same reasons I got banned from YouTube will probably be the reasons why I never get favorability with any platforms because I just don't give a fuck. Anyway, so Tuesday, April 25th, 2023 at 4:22 p.m. Eastern time. Like I said, can try to be doing these at 2 p.m. Russian bots. I told you, whatever. There are not Russian bots. That's far too simple of an answer. No offense, but that's such a low hanging fruit of an answer. It's the Russian bots. That's like one step removed from it's the Jews. Like you got to give me something more fleshed out than that. I don't think Russia's an omnipotent boogeyman. Russia starts sucking that corporate dick. Drew Bob, you're not wrong. I guess this is my problem with the idea of like Russian bots. Like Russia cannot both be the boogeyman who is like overthrowing our elections and also be like the laughably inept country that can't beat Ukraine. You can't be both, right? You can't be both. Hebrew bots. That is the next step, the Jewish bots. But that's yeah. Russia, on one hand, Russia is this omnipotent hyperpower that is overthrowing our elections with algorithms and misinformation and disinformation and pitting Americans against each other and rigging the entire world for collapse because it's the evil Russian bear. But on the other hand, there are a bunch of like 1950s Keystone cops, like Mo or the fucking 1920s Mo, Larry, and Curly, just whoop whoop whoop, like we don't even know which end's the end of the gun. Like that's that doesn't. I guess if you don't have any functioning brain power and don't care about contradictions, it works. But whatever. It's all about the balls, Mom. You're not wrong. It is all about the balls. That's what it does all come down to. It does all come down to the balls. It comes down to the nuts. Um, let's look at the monthly views. And yeah, so the live stream live chats are still something that I haven't quite figured out. Not in that like technologically I haven't figured out. It's pretty simple. You hit live and then you talk. By the way, anybody watching the chat right now, Drew Bob does have a picture of Bob Saget as his profile picture. Him and Bob Saget, excuse me. So, give credit where credit's due. This man's an OG. But yeah, I haven't really just like it kind of took a year to start to flesh out the gaming channel, and I feel like it's maybe anyway, Tommy, we've had a discussion during your solo rant and we've come up with a list of demands. All right. I'll hear you out. What are the demands? No butt stuff. It sucks that there's a 20-second delay. But whatever. You gotta tell me what the list of demands are. Yeah, I guess my advice to anyone typing comments would be I'm kind of a big deal. First of all, your boss has to go. He's way too harsh with you. My boss? My investor's like my biggest fan. But go on. Your boss has to go. He's way too harsh with me. That doesn't even jive with objective reality. Next demand. What's your second demand? But yeah, just like it kind of took a year to like flesh the gaming stream out, and I feel like it's kind of coming into its own now. It's gonna take probably a couple months to really get a grip on the live stream live chat. So right now, if you're here, this is very proof of concept, rough draft. I don't really know how to go about this. And your boss is racist towards Aussies and Irish. Maybe Aussies. I don't think Irish. I think he likes me. Go on. Monmar one from Straya. Drew Bob is a big deal. People don't want to acknowledge that. That EDT time zone bullshit has to go too. Eastern time, you mean God's time? So I'm not, I will not. First of all, your boss has to go. He's way too harsh with you. That's objectively untrue, and he funds the podcast. So that demand is not on the table. The Eastern time zone bullshit has to go. I live in the Eastern time zone, and I have no respect for anybody but myself. So that is also not a demand I will meet. Monmar, you've been up since 5 a.m. You're also from Australia, and you don't get human rights. The Geneva Convention doesn't apply to you, and I also don't think basic human manners apply to you. You have sex with kangaroos. Next question. Monmar is an Aussie. Ollie Loving. That just tells me you haven't been in any of the video game chats because every night we haze Monmar for being a kangaroo bitch. We should have screenshot the chat so as a frame of reference for our ridiculousness. Yeah, you guys are really coming across as like a bumbling group of fucking clowns slipping on banana peels. You have a list of demands, but you don't. Where's the bullet points? Several of the people in this chat have my contact number. Where's the list of bullet points? You guys could. This is why you guys are like communists. You guys are like overweight communists. Mamar, what else have we got? You don't even know what you have. Whatever. You're not coming across. This is like a fucking terrorist on a fucking megaphone talking to the FBI HRT team saying I have a list of demands and they say what and they're like that's you're not taking it seriously. I'm approaching 60 video games hard in my vernacular. Ollie Loving they should get in your vernacular. You guys are like a bunch of like overweight communists with neon pink hair who think they're going to overthrow the government, but they can't even watch the number of calories they eat. And so, no, they're never going to overthrow anything. They can't even, the most they can do is put up one of those fucking faggoty flags with the communist fist and say, we're going to win. And then they all just sit there eating ramen noodles until their arteries explode. They're not taking over shit. That's kind of how I feel. It's kind of how I feel about you guys right now. You have a list of demands, but you're asking each other what the demands were. There's no screenshots. Ollie Loving doesn't know what video games are. We are terrible terrorists. You guys are terrible terrorists, but you're my terrorists. Legally, that's a joke. Insult us harder, daddy. Oh, senpai. Oh, you hit us harder. Maybe that's why I should just be a dominatrix. Maybe I should just get some fucking tits and high heels and leather suits and start whipping fuckers. Parallels. So I should sit around and waste time on video games. Yeah, you should. I'm making money there, man. No, Monmar, I did get your warning text. Sorry, I don't look at text during the podcast. Yeah, you should waste time on video games, man. That's responsible for 30% of all my views now. Oh, I love him. You should join the fucking video game chat at night. It's not actually about video games is something that's happening in the background. It's like a fidget spinner or just like, chewing on a toothpick. It's something that happens in the background while we have discussions. Sometimes, most of the time, the discussions are about testicles and different sizes of them. But sometimes we get into AI, transhumanism, central banking, power factions, power accumulation, different modes of aerospace transport. A lot of the times it's about balls and yelling at people to show us their balls. It's mostly that. I'm gonna be very straightforward with you. Seriously, how about starting the gaming stream earlier, on time? Yeah, I know. I probably should. But I have to have the video games for me are like my rely. Anyone gonna tell me about the shroom plans for Friday? What about the shroom plans for Friday? You can't fucking schedule without me. The shroom plans for Friday. What are the shroom plans? The fuck are the shroom plans? We're all doing shrooms on Friday. Oh yeah. Well, I'm probably not gonna. I haven't done shrooms in 4 7 years. Ollie's out there living the good life on the Lord's land. You keep doing you, Ollie. Um, I hope you guys starting in the morning. You guys are doing shrooms in the morning. I mean, Godspeed. I'm not go. I haven't done psychedelics in 6 years. I haven't done shrooms in 7 years. I haven't done LSD in 6 years. You want to get high? Um, Call it therapy session. I'm probably not going to. No, I'm not going to. I'm at a happy point where I am right now. The video games, why I don't start them on time? The video games, although very fun, and I'm glad I stream them, they are also how I relax. I don't even relax in the shower. I'm always fucking running out of time of getting home from the gym and taking a fastest shower possible, meditate. Even meditation is hard to relax in because I'm trying to do it in X amount of time. Video games are really the only time throughout the day I get to relax. And I think if I tell myself I have to be on time, it's going to start becoming work and it's not going to be fun. I'm not going to want to do it. I'm going to grow to despise it. And then I'm going to stop doing it. So, whereas the podcast, as much as I love it, it is very much so work and I do need to get it on time. The video games, the podcast is like 30 to 40% work and like 60% fun. But it still requires a lot of work. Thumbnails, descriptions, posting, emailing, like that's all undeniably work. There's no way around it. It's just it is what it is. But the video games, I really try to keep it at like 90% fun. Because if I'm not having fun there, then what are we doing? You said you're taking Friday off, so start the stream in the morning, God's time zone. Yeah, I'm taking Friday off. Whatever. I wake up at 11:30 every day. I'm gonna sleep in on Friday, which means I'm gonna wake up at like 1 or 2. I'm not starting the stream in the morning, my guy. Um, I should get a, I responded to a text on my phone. I should stop that. I should give you guys my full attention. Here's the phone. Phone's on the ground now. Um, no, I'm not gonna start at 9 a.m. That sounds miserable. Again, the video games, they have to stay fun, man. They got us. There's the same reason why I don't like do a walkthrough and go through campaigns. There's a reason why I'll play an hour of Breakpoint and then without explanation just jump to Teardown. And then without explanation, you have to make sure you're having fun and tell us off if we are silly. Well, that's something I just Oh, here he is. Here's the fucking here he is. He comes in every night on the stream. Meme Savage Re with 3 E's. Shalom Goyim. This is how you start ever wonder how we get politicians to push trans terror, gay pedos agenda so easily? YouTube link. And if you're not saying push trans terror, gay pedos agenda so easily, you use that exact same thing. You say Shalom Goyim. Ever wonder how we get? And then your next thing is ever wonder how we get our lapdogs to not stray from the Zionist agenda? Yeah, this is one of the anti-Semitic faggots that comes into my chat every night. Meme Savagery. Kill yourself. Um, but no, what Mamar was saying is you have to make sure you're having fun. I really do. And that's why if I say I'm going to start the stream at 7 p.m. and I roll in at 11, I have to. Okay, let's compromise 4 p.m. I'm never going to make any promises. I'm just going to be honest. I'm never going to make, on a serious note, I'm never going to make any promises for the gaming stream. I think that you should probably ignore any time I put on the live chat looping thing that says, it starts at this time. And instead, you should just use your own. And we'll use this as a critical thinking time. Pretend I'm the government and I'm telling you I'm going to start at 8 p.m. That's me putting a disinformation label on something. You don't keep looking at what the government says and say, but they're telling us the truth. You use your own brain and you go, they've lied to us every day of every week of every month of every year of every decade of my life. They're probably lying now. And so instead, you start to use your own senses and empirical observation and critical thinking skills to deduce what is happening in the world. Start using that with my podcast, specifically the gaming stream. So if Tommy says that on one night the chat starting at the video game stream starting at 4 p.m. and another night he says it's starting at 8 p.m. and 7 p.m., but he never shows up till 11, then use your own brain. That's probably the time I'm going to be showing up is around 11. Forget what I say I'm showing up. Look at when I actually show up. Tommy's on Tommy's time. Drew Bob, you are a wizard and I respect you. 4 p.m. God's time is 9 p.m. Irish time. I can work with that. Yeah, no, the video game, it has to stay fun. It really does. It has to stay fun. That's even why in the chat, when people start to bring up kind of complex questions, I'm not going to start going into like full podcast mode on it. If I want to, I will. But if somebody says, Tommy, who do you think's really behind fucking this, that, and the other thing? If I'm not feeling it, man, I'm just gonna my answer is just gonna be balls. Like I'm just gonna say nuts. The video game, it has to stay fun. It really is the time I relax. There is something I love about either going through a game in an OCD manner and collecting weapons parts and upgrades, or just doing something silly like tear down or just lighting shit on fire. It really is how I decompress. It's, and as someone that's constantly battling with like, I will always have an addictive personality and I will it's like, I think it's what Ray Kump said, the fat comedian said about getting sober. He's like, you don't actually change. You just white knuckle it until you die. And that's the truth. And so a part of me will always, if I'm not working, a part of me will always be wanting some form of pleasure. I'll always want a Xanax. I'll always want to smoke pot. I'll always want to drink. And I'm very aware of that. And ideally, I wouldn't have that excuse me, I wouldn't have that desire, but enough years of kind of being a realist has made me realize that I do have those desires. So instead, I just need to stay busy. And if the thing keeping me from like drinking myself into a stupor or getting addicted to nicotine or whatever the fuck is playing some video games at 11 p.m., then I'm gonna play video games at 11 p.m. I mean, I need time to start eating shrooms. I need to time eating the shrooms. Well, you guys have, and I do respect this because on one hand, you guys are telling me that I'm messing up your plans for eating shrooms on Friday. I had no part in this. I didn't know you guys were even discussing this. So that's retarded, and I'm not going to bend my schedule to yours. On the other hand, I deeply respect y'all not giving a fuck and not asking me anything and just deciding that you're doing shrooms on Friday. So I'm kind of torn. On one hand, I'm like, fuck you. And on the other hand, I'm just like, don't ask permission, man. Fucking dicks out, tits out, you know, not in public and not around children, but um, got to keep the wolves away. What? Oh, you mean yeah, like addiction and stuff. Yeah, that's something that you'd eventually kind of come to peace with is that ideally you wouldn't have desires to like drink every day or to eat fast food every day. But and you can try to get rid of those desires, but after it's one thing if you only try for a week, but after like 10 years of fighting with it, you start to go, okay, let's be realists. I'll always want to drink. We were intently listening to your rant while chatting amongst ourselves. Drew Bob, you're a wizard. You don't have to explain anything. You're perfect in my eyes. Um, that's kind of just it's a realist thing where you go, I am for whatever reason, whether I'm genetically predisposed or it's my own uh character flaws, I will always want to kind of unplug from the matrix and find peace. And the path of least resistance is through a bottle of pills, through a bottle of liquor, whatever. I wish I didn't have those desires, but I do, and it's where I am. It's what I was saying to Baz yesterday before we started the podcast. We are talking about fighting the commies. And I said, fighting communists at least gives you something to do in this life and it makes you a better version of yourself. And he goes, yeah. And I go, life would be kind of boring without like a Marxist left to like fight against. And he goes, yeah. And I go, ideally, we wouldn't have a Marxist left. We wouldn't have pedophiles, blah, blah, blah. But we do. And because of that, I'm going to make the best of it and say, hey, they're a good opponent, right? You become better when you have competition. Ideally, I wouldn't have these desires. Ideally, I wouldn't want to drink. I wouldn't want to take pills, right? But I do. And so instead, I'm just going to acknowledge it. I'm going to look it in the eye and go, well, how can I avoid it? Does white knuckling at work? Personally, not really. Staying busy works. Then, okay, well, I'll stay busy. It's like why I don't diet on off days. I can't diet because I got nothing to do and I'm just thinking about how hungry I am. Versus right now, like I'm fucking starving. But I don't think about it. I woke up and I had to take some phone calls. I had to answer some emails. I had to schedule some shit, make video game thumbnails. Control of the desire is more important than not having a desire. Correct, you are Drew Bob. Go to the gym, do podcasts. That's why I always try to fill all, even when I have only like an hour. That's why I'll try to slip in a podcast, is because staying busy helps me avoid eating. So again, ideally, I would have these desires, but the reality is I do. I don't know why I have them, and I could probably spend the rest of my life focusing on the nitty gritty. Just like you can spend your entire life using an electron microscope and trying to find the bottom of reality. You never will. And so, I've kind of stopped questioning it. And I think if I had, you know, woken up one day and realized that I like alcohol or pills or whatever too much, or fast food or whatever too much, and I tried to stop it for like a week and then gave up, I would say that's giving up. But I spent several years, almost a decade, trying to like get rid of it, and I've finally just come to peace with I have these things, and I'm gonna do what I can to avoid giving into them. Did you have a weight problem in the past? Like on the upcoming Friday? Wink, wink. Ollie Loving, you are correct. I did. I gained some weight my freshman year of college, but that was just from drinking like a fucking animal because I was in a fraternity and I was 19. That doesn't really count. I lost that weight in one summer and I was shredded for like another 5. I've been lifting weight since 2003. Was in great shape till 2009. Gained a little bit of weight my freshman year of college. Got rid of it and then was in great shape for several more years. I mean like great fucking like athletic shape. And then after my brother died, on top of alcohol and weed and pills and everything, I also just gained a ton of weight because that I love to sleep because when I was asleep, I didn't feel just kind of the constant pain. And so I would eat and I gained about 70 pounds. Actually, I gained exactly 67 pounds in 2 years and I got fat as fuck. And I'm still trying to lose the weight. I think I hit my max weight in summer 2016. I think I was 237. And I have since yo-yoed from around 237 to 200 back and forth since 2016, all of 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. Last year I got down to 184 in the spring about a year ago, and then I put it all back on because I got complacent. I went back up to 222, and right now I am down into what's up, Roger? We stare into the abyss stares back. How right you are. Local Roger Williams, everybody, author of Metamorphosis of Prime Intellect. Last fall, I got back up to 220, I think. And right now I'm at around 187. I have had a weight problem in the past. And it's definitely made me more sympathetic. It's made me more empathetic. Losing weight's the hardest thing I've ever done. It was easier to get into medical school. It's been easier to start and build this podcast than it is to lose weight. Losing weight's the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. Psychologically, physically, financially, temporally, emotionally. It is the most difficult thing I've ever done. I'm still in it. I still have about 22 pounds to lose to get back to what I feel is fighting weight. Um, yeah, man, it's only the abyss has better vision than I do now. Dog. Ollie Loving, why are you asking dog? Question mark. That's not a it's not a question. May 23rd for your eye surgery. Hell yeah. Roger's getting bionic eyes. He's becoming a machine. He's fully upgrading. He will become a robot. Uh, after Roger starts to become synthetic, who knows what's going to happen? We don't know what's going to happen. We can only hope that he stays peaceful. He could very well start to vanquish his enemies. I don't believe you for a second, Roger. I don't think you're getting eye surgery. I think you're upgrading to become a silicon god. I see right through your bullshit, man. Do I have a dog? I do not, Ollie Loving. I live in an apartment building downtown. I kind of morally feel wrong about getting a dog because it doesn't have a place to run around. Well, actually, there is kind of like a grass park like 100 yards from me. That's actually maybe a fair point. I mean, I want a dog. I would love a dog. I just, I don't know. I kind of feel bad about getting one. Like my little brother has two dogs, but he has a whole yard and then some woods, and they let the dogs out and they just go fucking nuts. Roger, you can't fucking fool me, dude. I don't believe you for a second. You're not getting cataract surgery. You're getting Roger's getting rifles built into his arms. He's getting some surface to air missiles put into his back. He's getting hydraulic legs. He's getting some carbon fiber, carbon nanotube legs. Maybe some like silicon tungsten hybrid, some osmium alloy. Isn't osmium like the hardest element there is? Is it osmium? Tungsten has the highest melting point, right? What's osmium? Osmium's got a special attribute to it, doesn't it? Osmium. Tungsten's the highest melting point. Isn't uranium the heaviest? I mean, aside from it occupies some of the time that you might spend doing some imbibing. Yeah, no, I mean, you're not wrong, man. I mean, having a dog might be a benefit to me. Um, Roger's becoming a transhuman. He is. I don't fucking buy Roger's bullshit for a second. He's getting a battery pack put into his arm. He's getting laser eyes. He's getting a fucking he's getting a computer bank into the back of his skull. Roger is leaving humans behind. I think that Roger will stay friendly to me and won't kill me, but he is going to be transcending and becoming something beyond. And I don't know how I feel about that. Roger says he's not doing it. Roger, I don't fucking believe you for a second, dude. I don't believe you for a second. Roger is becoming a machine. He is going to get fucking metal woven into his muscle fibers. He is going to become that which cannot be taken down. I do drink. I'm not doing the trans thing, but I do drink Bud Light. Cataract surgery is not a big deal. I wish Roger all the best. We all wish Roger the best. Exon Ferris 777. Exon Ferris, I've never seen you here before, but I'm glad you're here. I've seen whatever in Monmar. I do recognize Ollie Loving. Roger's a tranny transcending. Roger transcends whatever he wants. I recognize Ollie Loving. I recognize parallels. Whatever, Monmar, Drew Bob. If Jay Miller was here, I'd recognize him. I don't recognize Exon Ferris 777. Exon Ferris, welcome to the chat. Hope to see you again in the future. Or for the rest of the show. I don't know why I'm writing you off. I hope to see you again. It's like somebody introducing themselves to you. And you're like, cool, I hope to meet you again one day. It's like right here. Roger is transcending. He is becoming that which cannot be destroyed. I accept it. I accept Roger is going to become an Iron Man type figure. Who will probably, I mean, ultimately, I would imagine Roger will kill us all, but normally I use Spotify. Spotify's not bad, X and Ferris. It's not bad at all. Long time listener, first time caller. Roger had to cut himself off from driving the car, which is why I'm at home instead of work. Probably a good idea, dude. Not that you need my advice. You're a grown ass man. Probably a good idea if your eyes were fucked. My eyes have gotten so bad over the years, especially at night. I used to, if I forgot my glasses, I'd be like, whatever. Now, if I forget my glasses, I'll still drive only if it's A, the middle of the day and super sunny, and not or, but and if I'm going a short distance to some place I've gone before, like the grocery store. I won't drive to some place I haven't gone before or for a long time, even if it's sunny out without my glasses. Roger has a Ford Focus. Me too, Ford Focus. Monmar has a Ford Focus too. I didn't know they had cars in Australia, Monmar. I thought you guys lived in huts and just threw mud at each other and screamed at the gods. It's fascinating that you have a car. I didn't know I didn't know you guys had, you know, stamped metal over there. I thought you guys were just beasts in the field. I need to move that desk. I mean, I'm not gonna move it. I can't move it. It's already up against the wall. No, Roger has cataracts. I don't have cataracts. My eyes just suck. If I don't have my glasses on, I've crossed the threshold to old man. It happened the other night where I walked down the hallway, pressed the elevator button, the elevator opened, and I realized I didn't have my glasses on. And I actually walked back to my room to get my glasses because I was like, it's dark out and it's raining. Like I need my glasses. Yeah. Focus is a damn fine car. Mine is 2008. I have a 2010 Civic, I think. It's a fucking machine. My sister had a Ford Focus, a 20-year-old one. It's the land of the eternal road trips now. Oh, it's in the land. The Ford Focus went to the great road trip in the sky. I don't believe you guys. Monmar said we have running water. Roger said that his wife has been to Australia and they have buildings and stuff. That's not true. Fake news. Australia is a wasteland. There's nothing there. There are large leathery animals like rhinoceroses with wings and they breathe fire. And it is the survival of the beast in the field. And they are just destroying each other. It is the gnashing of teeth and the letting of blood. You don't have electricity in Monmar. Monmar, I know you're not real. You are either an AI pretending to be from Australia, or you are a foreign intelligence agent, again, trying to somehow and for some reason convince me Australia is a functioning society. Australia is not real. That's just fact. I'm not gonna listen to your fake news. I'm just not. I'm not gonna give in to the bullshit. I know Australia isn't functioning. Whatever says that we just have thatched huts in Ireland. The damn leprechauns took over the apartment buildings. That much is also true, whatever. Why do you think my family fled Ireland 100 years ago, 120 years ago? I think like 150 years ago. It was the leprechauns. They just couldn't fight them off anymore and they had to leave. It's a shame. The leprechauns killed Kennedy. They killed Kennedy because he was the best thing Ireland had to offer was John F. Kennedy. And he fled to the United States. And they were so frustrated by it that they said, we're taking our own. Well, no, Monmar is an AI, but not from Australia. Monmar is an AI pretending to be from Australia. So yes, that AI needs electricity, which is fine because she is not focused in Australia. Monmar is a robot. Monmar said Tommy's too smart for me. No, I'm not. Whatever says we do have free healthcare. No, that is a good one, man. That is a good one. The United States does not have that. I have rechargeable batteries, Roger. Australia is not real. Australia is just a bunch of dinosaurs fighting. It is the letting of blood. It is archaic. It's like a Planet Earth documentary. It's just icebergs crashing and volcanoes going off and Komodo dragons fucking antelope to death. There's just fire and tsunamis and shifting tectonic plates. Nothing can survive there. It's like the far side of the moon. Australia isn't real no more. Lithium batteries. Monitor says she's in, not monitor. Monmar says she's in my house. She's in my monitor. Yeah, the Monica, the moniker. Didn't Australia get overrun by emus? That's also correct. Australia is it's a fallen world. It's a fallen state. It's a failed state. Ireland's a failed state. The leprechauns run it. I want to go to Australia once, but the laughing match to buy diggins, so the place doesn't exist. Thank you, whatever. Finally, somebody speaking some fucking sense. I think I just covered every continent except Australia. I know I did. Australia is fucking giant, isn't it? Australia does have they have road trains, right? Because of the outback, where you can actually just go straight for like 1,000 miles. They have like 18 wheelers, but they have like 80 wheels, and they're like 200 feet long. I'm pretty sure that's Australia. They have like, yeah, they're called road trains. I think some of them carry like record amounts of coal and shit. They're actually very cool. I keep wanting to pull up my phone, but I'm trying not to play on my phone. I want to give you guys the focus, not the Ford focus, but my focus. Doesn't Australia have road trains? Can somebody look that up? Also, I should probably be like sharing the screen so people can see the chat. That is one thing I gotta that's one thing I gotta figure out is I gotta get the live chat onto the video game stream screen. Live chat video game stream screen. Screen stream. Yeah, I mean I guess yeah, and Australia is a continent. It is fucking massive. Ireland is kind of like a continent, except not really. Ireland's overrun by the leprechauns. We don't negotiate with terrorists. All right. I'm gonna grab my phone. Oh, I know I said I wasn't gonna get on my phone, but whatever. Fuck y'all. I want to look it up. Australian road trains. I think they're called road trains. I think that, and I also think the U.S. Army actually pioneered them in like the 50s. Australia road. Yeah, the Australian road train. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, an 18 liter with Mom, don't call me a lazy ass, you dumb fucking kangaroo bitch. Yeah, dude, that's wild. Some of them aren't that crazy because I think we've all seen like a double 18 wheeler. This one's a triple, like that's definitely cool. But yeah, some of them are like quintuple, sextuple. These things are wild. Australian road trains. Yeah, those are fucking nuts, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, Google Australian road trade. Good day, world. Good day, world. I want an Australian road train. It's a 205-ton, 160-foot long rig that has an 18-speed gearbox with a 500 power Australian road train centipede. Fuck, not centimeters, centipede. Road trains are huge trucks with huge house road transport. Now we're in the world has more road trains or longer trains in Australia. Hundreds of these. Thank you, parallels. Now New Zealand. Who the hell identifies as a Kiwi? The 3B centipede. 3B. It's called the 3B, the number 3, the letter B centipede. Fucking hell. That is wild. I guess the question is why not just use trains? Is that too much of a simpleton question? Hey, look, Meme Savage is back. Shalom Goyim. Can I just I hate meme savagery, but I also am like deeply against censorship. And so I'm not going to shadow ban them. I can't become that which I hate. So I won't. Shalom Goyim, meme savagery. Can I give them like a label? Can I give meme savagery a label? Drew Bob says it costs too much to lay track when the road's already there. You're probably sure. You're probably sure. I'm having a stroke. You're probably correct. But wouldn't that we have railroads. Are we still using the same railroads that the Chinese slaves built in like the 1800s? Because that much would make sense. If we used slave labor, then yeah, of course we're going to still use them. They're there and they exist and they're free. But aren't even I mean as efficient as a road train is, an actual train isn't. I'm pretty sure trains, it might be cargo ships, but I'm pretty sure trains are the most efficient way to move goods. You think someone would just lay down some rail and I can do authentication. Shalom going on Bobby Harp. It costs too much. I watched joking about the leprechauns, but here's a photo of the Irish president of the corpse of the U.S. president. Because he gives off more Hobbit vibes, though. I'll click on that. His name is Higgins. Of course it is. That is a fucking lep. That is a fuck. No, he's more of a. That's more of like a goblin from Harry Potter. Listen, you don't have to like Joe Biden, but let's call it what it is. The man's got a great smile. It's just that's a fact. You don't have to like Biden, man. I didn't vote for him. That man's got a smile that'll knock you dead. Yeah, so the railroads, Roger's saying we haven't upgraded them. What is the most efficient form of travel? Most efficient travel. Most efficient transportation. Recumbent vitals. What? Recumbent bicycles. A velomobile, a VELO mobile. Enclosed recumbent bicycles have the highest energy efficiency of any known mode of personal transport because of their small frontal area and aerodynamic shape. Interesting. Australia does exist now. Ships number 1, trains number 2, everything else number 11. I've long thought the U.S. should invest in rail down the medians of the U.S. interstates. Probably not the medians. I feel like that's a lot of unnecessary work. Ships are number 1. Roger, does it matter what kind of ship? I guess if we're getting into energy efficiency, I guess it would be a nuclear powered aircraft carrier, right? Does a sub have more drag on it or less? I know I'm just asking rapid fire questions, but I think Roger's an actual genius. Do submarines have more drag on them or less than ships? And would a nuclear powered aircraft carrier be the most efficient form of transport? Because I mean, I guess you could go sail, but that you're also limiting yourself to the speed at which the wind can take you. I mean, so I imagine a sailboat would be the most efficient, right? But in terms of like the business world, you can't take like 9 months to go across the Atlantic, right? You probably need to knock that out in a couple days. Well, I'm looking up now. It says the most efficient form of travel is the recumbent bicycle, RECUMBENT, a velomobile. A velomobile. What the fuck is a velomobile? So that's the most efficient form of travel? I don't believe that. Freight trains are several times more energy efficient. Subs are heavy. Their specialized nuclear power doesn't make it more efficient. Power just comes from a different source. That's a good point. Freight trains are several times more energy efficient than trucks because the rolling resistance of the steel wheels of trains is lower than that of truck tires on the road. And two, trains encounter less proportional wind resistance than trucks since a train car is partly shielded from the headwind by the car in front of it. Interesting. Subs are faster, but we're talking about energy efficiency. I mean, Super Panamax container ships are the current efficiency winner. Yeah, we're not talking about speed, Ollie Loving, because right then you could just the most efficient human powered vehicle is the Velomobile. Okay, uh, Ollie Loving subs are faster. Yeah, but we're not talking about speed. I mean, technically, the HTV2 Falcon would be the fastest, right? That one like Mach 20. I don't think it's necessarily efficient though. What is the most efficient? Roger says Super Panamax container ships are the current efficiency winner. You might be right. I think you're probably right. Super Panamax container ships. Container ships. Train cars draft one another. A horse is not the best, Monmar. Oh, there's something even bigger. It's called the Post Panamax. NWSA welcomes 4 Super Post Panamax. What the fuck is this? I should probably screen share, right? I think I'm just sharing Zoom. I think I should probably screen share, right? What are the properties of my application? It should just be everything, right? Application. No, I don't want to do application capture. I should just do screen capture. Display capture. Hope this doesn't fuck up. Can you all still see the screen? I hope you guys can still see the screen. Oh yeah, yeah. COSSON. Da 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 ba ba da da ba 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 da ba ba da da. Da 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 ba da 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 ba 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 ba. I get money. I get paper. Super Panamax Post. Super Post Panamax. Oh fuck! I got that's 1, 2, 3. There we go. Fuck, where's the stream go? There it is. Hold on, guys. I'm doing something. Having a stroke. 1 second. Close that. Close that. Why are there so many things? Why are there so many things on the screen? The OCD, it hurts. Fucking come on. Just go to the next fucking page. God damn it. Super Panamax cranes. Is that working? All right. I think it is. Pegasus like a horse. Roger says post Panamax can't go through the Panama Canal. Super Panamax needs the new canal upgrade, but can go through. Ollie says 3 horses, 2 Mustangs. Whatever says, so you might as well use container ships delivery to the middle of Australia. How efficient would that be? Like a horse with wings and ship, Pegasus. Nothing has changed much. Green's still there. Yep, as the airline. Does anyone have a freaking gold too? Does anyone live in the middle of stretch kangaroos? Mom, no, you can't. I don't know what. Man, I fucking step away from the chat for 2 seconds and it turns into a goddamn shit show. Turns to a goddamn shit show. Turns to a goddamn turkey shoot. Guys, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta go pee. Hold down the chat. I dub Roger the new chieftain for the chat. Roger, you hold it down while I go to the bathroom. My leg fell asleep. Someone once explained to me how it is that Australia has about the same area as the continental U.S., 1/10 the population. Is the U.S. also a desert? I'm all here now. All he loves is quick, everybody hide. He always does this to me. Roger, I do it to you because well, I do this to everyone, but Roger, the reason I'm panning it off to you, Roger, is because you've done it before. I trust you at the helm. This podcast is a super Panamax ship, all right? I trust you with the wheel, all right? We're not playing, we're not doing some Exxon Valdez shit. What's wrong with the middle of Australia? Lots of desert, yes, cold. Australia's new. We haven't conquered it yet, and we no need. So everyone I've seen somebody just review the climate change. You started taking the camera with them. I hope so, Roger. Got to roll. See you next time with Small Burgers. Later, Ollie. Thanks for coming by. Um, Burgers are good. Had a burger for lunch. Goddamn right, they're good. Uh, bu- 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 bu. Man, it's can you guys hear that? That's Can you hear how squeaky that is? It's always so much easier if I'm doing like a solo podcast or if I have someone I know, like Roger, I can just say like, "Hey, sorry, the chair is so fucking squeaky." It's always weird when it's like a guest I don't know that well, and I'm trying to just like casually like move away from the squeaker. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna move that. Yeah, whenever I do the next studio, I need another fucking screen right here. Wait, no, I should just be able to do mirroring, right? I should just be able to mirror, not extend. I think right now what I'm doing is extending the monitor. That's like an entirely new canvas. I need to duplicate the monitor so I can look at here. I used to have a chair that did that. Well, it's not the chair, it's the desk. The gaming desk is right behind me, and this chair squeaks on it. Post Panamax ships. Yeah, see, now I'm like what the browser I'm using now is on a monitor that's far away, so it's hard to look at. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do the camera there, and then we'll look it up over here. Old old mice having sex. Inappropriate, Monmar. Inappropriate and uncalled for. Um, and then what was the biggest oil tanker? It's 11:30 here, so good night, Roger. Good luck with the operation. Remember, no sneezing afterwards. That That's kind of an important thing. You're just throwing it at the end. Well, X and Fair 777. Thanks for coming by, dude. Hope you come by for the next live chat. The next live stream live chat will be Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Knock on wood if all things go as planned. Or you can come by in the video game chats. Those normally start every night around 11 p.m. and go to like 1 a.m. ish. Sometimes they start earlier, sometimes they go later. But you should come by for the video game chat. The video game chat is a blast. At least here, I try to have some sort of facade of like a professional demeanor, even though it's a solo podcast. The video game stream is just the video game stream is the middle of Australia. It is chaos. It is the letting of blood. It is survival of the fittest. Yeah, Roger, don't sneeze after your surgery, dude. You'll fucking die. This is what I should do. Fuck. How do I keep? Yeah, well, I gotta manage this better. There we go. Put that there. Maybe put that over here. Maybe put that over there. Yeah, I need to manage this better. I need to manage this better. So right now I have the other monitor over there behind the Sony camera, and that's where Zoom is, so I can look the guest in the eye. But I'm not sharing this. No, I'm sharing the screen, but I need to duplicate the screen. Not why did I do extend screen? I don't know. I guess it would show OBS here. Why do I do extend screen? Why don't I do duplicate? That's a fair question. That's a fair question to myself. Now, if I open up the chat, if I open up my live stream again over here, can I also get the live chat, pop out chat? Ooh, yeah, okay, so we just cheated the system. We can do double. Oh, hell yeah. No, my desktop it's too I don't it's there's too much sometimes, man. Um do that. I suppose we can do like this or something. Oh, later, Monmar. Man, everybody's leaving the chat. Fucking all right, dude. X and Ferris left us. Monmar's leaving us. Godspeed, Monmar. Don't work too hard. Roger says extend screen gives you more desktop real estate. Duplicate gives you a well too. Yeah, I don't know why I did extended screen. I feel like I should do duplicate. Why did I not? Why? I'm trying to remember. I did extend it for a reason. I'm trying to remember why I didn't do duplicate. There's got to be a reason I did it. Because originally it was duplicate and I chose extend. So everyone knows the reason why I got another monitor. It's so that I'm not looking over here. Instead, I'm looking at because so like right now I'm looking at Zoom, right? And so it kind of looks like I'm looking you in the eye. Whereas it used to be I looked over here and the camera's looking from over there, and you get this weird, I'm not looking at the guest. And I normally didn't give a shit about that until I had a guest that wasn't looking at me, and I realized just how much it threw me off. Talking to someone who's a 42-inch KTV set for a monitor at work. No, I know. I mean, my gaming monitor is 86 inches. It's fucking retarded. But I'm trying to remember why I did this. Maybe I should just duplicate. And the fear everyone has with like screen sharing. I don't use the iMac or the gaming PC for any personal use, be it social media or be it porn. Nothing happens in this room that is not above board because I don't trust this room. It is too sound suppressed. There are too many microphones and too many webcams and too good of an internet connection. I never know what is streaming and what is not streaming. I think I have a control over it, but I don't trust this room. I think this room's approaching sentience. So I don't have that fear with like, oh, don't share your screen. Everyone's gonna see your browser history. This room is for work and work only. Nothing goes on in this room that is not above board. One for quality, 4x4. It's only two. I wish it was 4x4 one day. One day, whatever. One day. But I feel like there's a reason I didn't duplicate. Maybe I should just duplicate. Oh, I remember. The ratio is not the same. And it was all fucked up on that one. All right. um, as a as a what's a triptych? Tryptych? What's a triptych? The fuck is that? Triptych? Triptych. What does triptych means? An ancient Roman writing tablet with three wax leaves hinged together. Oh, so just I don't know, it's just like a super widescreen. I was gonna say, Roger, there was one ship, and I think it changed name. It was the Knock Nevis, and then it was called the Yar Viking, Jahre, the Yar Viking. Civilization will fail because of aspect ratios. I agree with that. The Knock Nevis. Yeah, the Knock Nevis. Yeah, it changed its name 3 times. The Knock Nevis, Knock, like Knock Nevis, Nevis. And then it became the Sea Wise Giant. And then it became the Jahr Viking, Jahre, which I think means year in German. Jahr Viking. But I don't think it's the biggest ever. I think it falsely held that title. The Knock Nevis was the world's largest ship ever until it was scrapped in one of the shipping yards of Alang, India. I don't think that's true. It's everything you always look up about the Knock Nevis or the why, why am I not just doing it over there? Da 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 da. I get money, I get paper, I get girls of different flavor. I buy Gucci, I buy Prada, I spend. So the Knock Nevis, the Sea-Wise Giant, Happy Giant Yar Viking Knock Nevis was a ULCC super tanker, the longest self-propelled ship in history. Okay, so maybe it's like a technicality. It possessed the greatest ton weight. Okay, the heaviest self-propelled. They do have problems with rogue waves. The heaviest self-propelled ship of any kind with a laden draft. Overall, streams with also overall lengths surpassed by the floating. Yeah, the Shell Prelude FLNG, a monohull barge, duo transfer by Storm turbines. It was sunk. Holy shit! It was sunk and then restored to service. That's hardcore. That's kind of hardcore. It was sunk and then brought back. Was a big the scrapping was completed. Sea-Wise Giant was by Sumitomo Heavy Industries. No, but they made a bigger ship. There was a bigger ship. I don't believe that this is the biggest. ULCC super tanker. No, there was something called like the it was like the YF Asia or something. I know there was one bigger. Yeah, no, there was something bigger than the fucking Knock Nevis. I'm telling you. Ultra large carriers. Maybe it was. I think there's another size above it though. There's something called like the like the like the Pamax Asia or something. I don't think this is it. What was bigger than the Knock Nevis? The Knock Nevis, the Yar Viking. I know there's one. I remember looking it up. I vividly remember looking it up. And I was in 2010. I was in Valdosta, Georgia. I remember reading about it there. It's called like the biggest is an inexact term. There's longest no, but there's something that's like categorically larger in every aspect than the Knock Nevis. It's not that it's longer or heavier or has more. It beat it in every category. No, fuck the Yar Viking. Oh, it's not. I'm gonna fucking I'm gonna prove my point. God damn it. Knock Nevis. No, it's not the. It's the ULCC ship. CC ship. There's a bigger one. Yeah, the TI Asia. Yes. Yes, it's the TI Asia. The what is it? It's the TI class super tanker. Yes. The TI Africa, the TI Asia, the TI Europe. Yeah, they're named after fucking continents. Yes. Oh wow, there's something even bigger than these. The TI class are super tankers. Full operator tankers and that is ULCC to be built. The class were the first to be built in 25 years. The displacement deadwood gross tonnage. The TI clips are smaller only than pioneerings. What the fuck? There's something even bigger than these. What the fuck? Compared to the TI class, the previous largest ship, the super tanker, was the COI's Giant. The class, each ship powered by a single blah 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 conversion. FSO Asia. Yeah, no, there was. Let's do TI Asia. TI Asia versus Knock Nevis. Your password for E-Trade is compromised. Well, I haven't logged in to E-Trade since 2008, but do go on. Knock Nevis versus the TI Asia. Yeah, there is something bigger. It's the largest tanker in the world. Fuck yeah, here it is. TI Asia versus Knock Nevis. I buy Gucci, I buy Prada, I spend. There you go. Right there. Where the fuck that picture go? Making me look like a fool. Open image, save image, no, open image in background. There you go. Yeah, that's the TI Asia, I think, versus the Knock Nevis. Is that fucking bot back? God damn it. Shalom Goyim. Ever wonder how? Why? I don't even, it's not even a cool bot. Yeah, so the TI Asia is bigger than the Yar Viking, right? But this bitch is saying that Pioneering Spirit, a catamaran crane vessel. I can't read. I was going to zoom in. My eyes are terrible. What the fuck? Pioneering Spirit is the world's largest vessel in terms of gross tonnage, breadth, and now I can't read this because the camera's in the way. I still got to figure out this studio setup. This is not working. What the fuck? Doesn't doesn't look that crazy, does it? I mean, not really. The reason I'm moving this around is because there's a camera in front of the monitor. Whatever. I'm just gonna pull it up on the app on the iMac, and then we'll figure this out another time. All right, let's see. Shalom Goyam, TI Asia versus Knock Nevis. Ba 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 da ba ba da da ba ba. No, I don't want Reddit. Fuck. I'm IP banned from Reddit. Why is it still bringing me there? I'm not allowed on Reddit anymore. Put your camera behind the monitor just above it. Well, no, that's what I did at the old place, and it's then you have looking down. It's an entire clusterfuck. Dude, Bob, this is unfortunately the best solution I've tried. No, I've done that, but because it's an independent Sony camera on a tripod, if you put it above, it's looking down, and then the whole thing's fucked, and then you're looking down at me. That's what the setup was at the old studio. It's unfortunately this is the best setup it can be. Um, I can probably solve this by just duplicating the screen instead of extending it. So that way the camera's over there and I can look at zoom over there while looking at this thing over here. It's a whole it's a weird it's a the podcast is a puzzle. It's this weird like you can do this, but then you can't do that. You can have that, but you can't have this. It's like there's like six levels of compromise to get something. And it's you're always trying to like maximize the thing without fucking over everything else. And it really is kind of a headache. Lower the if it goes well, if I lower the monitor, then it's below the line of the desk and I can't see it. If I raise the monitor, then I'm looking up and I'm not looking at the guest. If I raise the camera or lower the camera, it's above and below. The whole thing is a clusterfuck. Um, I mean, ultimately, the way to do it is the way Rogan does it: is you have a guest that sits in front of you, and then the camera just watches y'all, but you don't give a shit because you're looking at the guest. I don't do that though because A, I can't get anybody here, but two, I also just don't want to. I had to get a webcam for Zoom meetings, and thanks to the force, you can just like a crane shot aimed down on my head. Yeah, no, it's if you go back to the old studio, and here, well, why don't I just pull it up? Ba 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 da ba ba da da ba ba ba. I get money, I get paper, I get girls all different flavors. I'll just pull up one of the old podcasts. I bought Gucci, I bought Prada. Let's mute that shit. No, why can't I mute it? Okay, so like go over. What the fuck? Why, now I can't move it. Cool. Dude, this fucking I'm gonna I can't I'm gonna I can't now I can't close it. I can't. Oh my God. How is it even possible that I can move a window into here and then not be able to access it? How the fuck does that even happen? I can't. Can I not close it from here? So as you can tell, the podcast still has a lot of bugs in it. Drill a hole in your monitor. That's one way. So like I can't even fucking access this now. I can't. Oh no. That's OBS. Like I actually I can't move this now. Wow. I don't even know how to please move. Please move. I don't what if I mean this podcast still makes me so fucking angry sometimes, dude. Please just close. What what kind of fucking setup? Oh wait. Oh, you saved the day. Thank you, sir. Oh my God, I can't get it on my iMac now. How does that even happen? Oh my fucking Christ. Holy shit, that just gave me a stroke. All right. The point I was trying to make is this. You can look down at it. You're still looking down at me. And if you're not looking down at me, you're looking up at me. So in terms of like, trust me, I don't like this setup. This is after 1,200 episodes, this is the best I can conclude. To look at the guests is to put a camera directly in front of a monitor. I mean, ideally, we would shrink the camera down to the size of a dime and just tape it on the monitor. You can do that, but you can't have a 4K DSLR camera. Well, that was far too dramatic than that needed to be. Um, so what were we talking about? Big ships, oil tankers, whatever the fuck. Mirroring and I don't know, a bunch of other tarded shit. Um, the FLNG prelude. Why isn't dog? All right, well then we're not doing a show tomorrow. Then if you're not gonna be there, homie, then we're not doing a show tomorrow. So whatever you need to put dues before. Well, I don't need to read it; it's on the screen. Okay, but now the compromise thing is there's like a limited amount of space behind the camera to the wall, and then the wall juts out. The wall. It's not a one wall across the whole room. Halfway across the room, it juts out like a foot and then moves. There's a TV over here, so I can't put it there. The IMAX here, so I can't go too far to the left. If it's too big, I'm not going to be looking at the camera. It's a bonus you get to buy 4 monitors. No, the whole thing's just it honestly what it comes down to is this. The whole thing is just a clusterfuck, and it's probably just gonna be this. And I hate it, and it's whatever. I don't fucking it's such a headache. I don't even know how I would fix this. I think in the next studio, I'll just buy like an 80-inch TV and put it on the ground so that halfway up the screen I'm looking at eye level, and I'll put the camera there and the person's head will be like a foot wide. That's like the best thing I can think of. It's such a headache. Dude, it's such a that's also why I'm constantly upgrading the studios because it's a fucking headache. Anyway, the prelude, the prelude FLNG ship or whatever the fuck. Well, I had that guy down for a podcast tomorrow, but I've been emailing and texting him for a week. He hasn't responded. So, my friend, we're not doing a podcast tomorrow. Sorry. Four monitors in the 2x2 grid, and the camera smack down the middle. So again, whatever is there's now, but there's that would imply I have all the space to do that. There isn't that much. There isn't enough space behind it. The way it's all set up, the distance from the flag, the focus, the sound panels on the wall, and the fact that the wall juts out 2 feet in the middle of the room, which doesn't make sense because the wall on the other side is completely flat. So what's behind that? What is in there? Just maybe like piping? It's actually a good question because the wall is flat in the other room. So what is in this block? Probably leprechauns. Um, yeah, in the next studio, whatever the next studio is, um, I think what I'll probably have to do in the next studio is not combine the gaming studio and the video game studio. I think they'll probably have to be their own rooms. Whatever, I can't explain it, but I get what you're saying. It won't work with the layout of the wall behind it. This is already compromised. I got like a monitor. I got a monitor arm and everything in a stand, and I assembled it, and it didn't fucking fit. So now I just have an old monitor on top of a stool. It's unfortunately this is the best, and I guess this is the rare occasion that I'm like putting shit on the screen, right? That this will only be for live chats. Every other type of podcast I do, I have no problem with that monitor being there and its location. So I mean, you know, I can't sacrifice the I can't sacrifice like the production quality and experience of 99% of episodes with guests and me looking them in the eye. I can't sacrifice that for the live stream live chat where we're looking up oil tankers. It's also just it's not a worthwhile trade-off. It's not a trade-off at all. I think all of this could be fixed if I just did a if I just duplicated the screen instead of sharing it. I'll probably do that. We'll probably figure that out for the next live chat is duplication, screen duplication instead of mirroring. Or not mirroring, sorry, extension. Um, dude, I'm fucking exhausted. So we got about 15 minutes left in this one. I do want to know why the podcast seemingly isn't growing as of late. Something has slowed down and I don't know what. Let's go back to January 1st of this year. January 1st, 2023. I was on episode 1037 and I had 12,984 subscribers. Between January 1st and February 3rd, I went from 12,900 to 16,011. So I went up 3,027 subscribers in 1 month and 2 days, 1 month, 3 days, so 34 days. So in 34 days, I went from in 34 days, I went from let's see, fucking goddamn it, stop. In 34 days, I went from 12,984 subscribers to 16,011. Right? So let's just be sure. 16,011 minus 12,984 should be 3,027. 3,027 in 34 days. So for the first 34 days of this year, I averaged 89 new subscribers a day. Okay. Now, since February 3rd, when we broke 16,000 to today, April 25th, how many days is that? Today is April 25th, 2023, and Tuesday, February 3rd, or Wednesday, Friday, February 3rd, 2023, it's 81 days. So in the first 34 days, from January 1st to February 3rd, I went from 12,984 subscribers to 16,011. 89 new subscribers a day. 80 that it is it's also no, you're right, it is absurd growth rate. 89 new subscribers a day for 34 straight days. For the next 81 days, 16,985 minus 16,011. For the next 81 days, I went up by 974. So 974 divided by 81, which is kind of odd that I went up 89 subscribers a day and then dropped 12 a day. maybe again, I'm always prone to conspiracy, but that just seems kind of unnatural. It very well could be that the initial growth rate was unnatural, and that now I'm back to normal. That's a much more rational explanation, actually. Um, that just always seems. I think I'm just like eternally scarred from YouTube. Yeah, something weird has happened. January 200. What was going on at that time? Was there a particular interview that piqued interest? No. January, I got 275,000 downloads. February, I got 398,000. March, I got 421,000. Now I'm back down to 274. So like something's something's odd. Like something's dropped off a cliff. Yeah, that's fair. No, Roger says sometimes you get a mention in a place you don't know. That happened to you with yeah. What was it, Lex Friedman and that hacker guy? And he mentioned Metamorphosis to Prime Intellect. You got 100 sales in a day. Yeah, I remember Roger texted me and was like, I just got 100 sales in a day. And I was like, dude, I don't think that was my show. Yeah, YouTube kind of fucked with my head forever. It is weird. Yeah, I've been averaging about 80,000 views a week this entire year. And then the last 3 weeks, it's dropped down to 70. But I don't think anything's changed. I mean, I shouldn't look too into it. I think I'm just gonna get caught up in my own head. But I don't know. It's frustrating. Obviously, I'm biased. I love my podcast and I think I have great guests. And it is frustrating to like log into Rumble and at the front page is fucking like I spent $100,000 on a dildo. You'll never believe my mom's reaction. It's got 9 million views, and I'm like, why? Why am I interviewing these authors about the Cold War and like Nixon? What am I doing? Why am I talking about Trump's arraignment? I should just be fucking comparing Amazon dildos to Wish.com dildos. Like, who's the real idiot? The person making the dildo videos or the dipshit trying to do serious interviews and complaining that the dildo videos are getting more? I mean, does it come down to you can only be as good as the world allows you to be? Is it that? Like, am I the idiot for trying to do like serious, like, having Roger explain how vacuum tubes work? Like, am I the idiot? Today I was walking back to my apartment and I got out of the elevator after I went to the gym and came back, got out of the elevator. There's two elevators in my building and one of them's under maintenance right now. And I got out on my floor and opened up and there was a guy in the other elevator and he was fixing the elevator. I just kind of gave him a nod. He gave me a nod. And I was walking back to my apartment down the hall. And I just remember thinking like that would be such a cool interview to talk to a guy about elevators. Like I would love to know how those work. And as I was walking down the hall, I remember thinking, this is why I don't get views and subscribers, just because I want to know about how an elevator works. And I should be talking about Kim Kardashian giving head. And I got into my apartment and I put my backpack down, took my jacket off, and filled up my water bottle. And then I stopped and went, fuck that. I want to talk to a guy about elevators. I want to talk to a guy about elevators. And so I grabbed my business card and I went back down the hallway and he was gone. I guess he had fixed the elevator. So that was kind of symbolic. In that moment of not staying true to myself, I lost an opportunity to be true to myself, which is something I guess I should think about and contextualize and internalize and grow from and contemplate. I mean, like, let's go to the front page of Rumble right now. And this isn't Rumble, this is video platforms. It's not obviously Rumble. It's any video platform. Now, I think I'm subscribed to like two people who are friends. Everything else is so you're pretty much getting the baseline Rumble because I still use YouTube for. I appreciate you, Roger. I actually have worked with people who worked in elevators before they joined the company where I work with. Parallels would be the change you want to see. Everyone should be as curious as you. I appreciate that, and no, I should. So for Rumble, I'm subscribed to I think two friends who have shows, just supporting them. So for all intents and purposes, the front page of Rumble is the front page of what anybody logging onto Rumble for the first time should get. I hate YouTube. I still use YouTube for documentaries and music because it's still just it's a superior platform. It is what it is. Get over it. Okay. So let's look at the front page of Rumble, right? I'm going to minimize it because I can't see it because I only have a little tiny window that I can look into right now. All right. So you get, obviously it's Rumble, so you have a lot of conservative stuff. Biden launches massive war games against China and reelect campaign. Okay. Fair enough. Biden 11. So it's obviously it's a bunch of conservative shit, right? That's Rumble. I don't think anybody is. I don't think anybody's surprised by that. Chess verified on Rumble. Talking Parrot has a short video with this. I mean, couple encounter alligator, brazen baboons. I mean, power slap. Like, power slap. It's people slapping each other. I mean, it's people hitting each other. At least MMA is like, at least MMA is cerebral. And I'm not an MMA fuckboy fan. I've never watched a match in my life. But at least it's like cerebral. It's more like chess. It's more like game theory. Meet power slapper striker TJ Thomas. But he's in my talking parrot says that parrot video should be much higher. Listen, and I'll allow that, Roger. You have a very intelligent parrot, and I'm not trying to disparage all parrots. Your parrot is a very special person. Tell him that I love him. But like right here, I'm not even gonna click on it because I don't want to fucking give it a view. Meet power slapper T. I mean, what is? I mean, he's in a fucking through a chain link fence in some crack house government housing apartment block. Is he wearing a mask? Yeah, he's wearing a mask outside by himself with a plastic dummy, practicing slapping. Right? No, that's not a plastic mask. That's his beard. Excuse me. Heavyweight war brewing. I'm gonna break your jaw, says morbidly obese man with beard. He's got a real slappable face, says man with open mouth. I'm the Conor McGregor of power. I mean, I just. Why am I? Why am I interviewing Dr. Hatfell about the history of Rhodesian anthrax weaponization? I don't. What am I doing? He's got a real slappable face. 11,300 views. I mean, God damn it. And it's a guy screaming on what looks like a plane. Some fat pedophile looking motherfucker that Chris Hansen's going to walk in on has 2,840 views. Meet power slap striker TJ Thomas. Check out this voyeur cam through a chain link fence as some dipshit smacks a big oversized dildo shaped like a man. 44,000 views. I hope the World Economic Forum is depopulating this planet. Fuck it. You know what? Fuck it. We get what we fucking deserve. It makes me, like, I'm not putting on it. Like, it genuinely makes me angry. Not only that, not even on some like geeky, high-minded fucking gatekeeping shit, but like history and the intricacies of what's going on in the world are actually, once you get into it, it's actually more fascinating than power slapping, because it's just power slapping on a higher level. It's a fucking it's of cyber warfare and spatial reconnaissance and drones and financial fucking sabotage and corporate espionage and embassies using directed, like, it's so much cooler. It's not even some geeky thing where it's like you should be learning about molecular biology. No, it's actually cooler. It is actually cooler. The more you read about it, it is actually cooler to look into fucking spy versus spy shit and the endless hall of mirrors that is global intelligence agency just maneuvering and fucking, what word am I looking for? Machiavellian strategizing. It's actually more interesting. It is genuinely, it tickles your brain more. So it's not even that it's like a Big Mac is good, but vegetables are better for you, but a Big Mac admittedly tastes better. That's not even the case here. It is once you look at the vegetables that are history and like in classified science, you start to realize that they're not vegetables at all. It's just a bigger Big Mac. I'm actually kind of upset. And if I see Steve will do it at the top of the Rumble homepage one more time, saying I bought a hooker a sneaker, I'm gonna jump out of this fucking window. I'm sure Steve will do it's a nice guy. I'm sure he's probably smart. I'm sure if I talked to him, he'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing, dude?" For all I know, Steve will do it is reading like a War and Peace by Tolstoy, and he puts it down, takes his reading glasses off, and goes, "Listen, I love the intricacies of World War One and the Ottoman Empire falling too, but you got to give the pig slop." And I might go, "God damn it, Steve, you're right." God, I just blackpilled myself. I can hear the sound of the AI in the pilot in the fucking cockpit. Pull up, pull up. Yeah, you're right. Pull up. Fucking, it's not, life is beautiful and all that good shit. Guys, I gotta bounce. I have to meet with some locals people. I gotta meet with some locals people. Um, so I can scrounge together a couple bucks so I can keep doing intense interviews. If you want to melt your brain, go watch a slap contest, whatever, or just put a blowtorch at the base of your skull and liquefy it because you're doing the same fucking thing. God damn it. On a happier note, Bulldog, Roger A. Johnson, whatever, Jubob, uh, Phoenix, and whatever the fuck who was here earlier, Monmar, all y'all. Thank you guys for joining the chat. Video game chat later tonight. Um, and I don't fucking know. I don't. Fire away, Putin. I mean, fuck's sake. That's honestly that's all I got. Putin, fucking fire away, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Is this not recording? If this screen isn't recording, I'm gonna blow my fucking head off.